All right. Hey, Your Excellency, Madam Ambassador, all the participants of this session. So, I start with a story though. There, for quite a long time in this ecosystem, what we call innovation ecosystem or innovation-driven entrepreneurship ecosystem in Latvia, there was a kind of market deficiency. There are plenty of, as we know, and some of you are vivid and live examples of that. As we know, there are plenty of people with experience and ideas, both in academic and professional sector. And then there is an upstream activities of acceleration programs, pre-seed investment and the like. And there is a gap. There is a gap how to get those people and those teams with ideas, maybe starting to work part-time, Saturdays, pondering about their ideas to bring to market, how to get them to investability, how to get them into the stage where they can take on the journeys and get funding, get later stage help, and move on to the global markets. And I've been wearing quite a few hats. Some of you know me. I've been pondering about the need of some sort of bridging that gap, some sort of a program for quite a long time. And then the opportunity came along, and thanks to Norway Grants program, we were able to build something that was really missing in the ecosystem, in a upstream sort of ecosystem of bringing innovation-driven business ideas to the market. There are plenty in this part of the world, in this country, there are plenty of other initiatives which are primarily focusing on facilitating the general entrepreneurship, but I would, from my observation, there was not something that was specifically and primarily geared towards helping out innovation-driven things, including deep tech. And so we started in the program itself started in the second half of the 2021. Now we are nearing the end of the second cohort. And this is basically what it is. Innovation Academy, or as we call it, INO, is a rather classical, very sort of upstream pre-acceleration program consisting of, simply speaking, 4 blocks, where the first part, you participate as a person, or maybe very inceptive team, and this is the learn part. Okay, this is even working. Great. So you participate as a individual, and this is about content, lots of other tips and tricks how to build startups. And then you enter separately and with a separate admission sort of competition into the last 3 stages where you work together as a team on developing your idea to the investability eventually. And this is where we just exemplary, we're moving from for the second cohort from the 3rd block into the 4th one. And we end with the demo day on the 2nd June. If you're around, mark your calendars. Look for information. You're all welcome to the demo day of the 2nd cohort. So we didn't start it and didn't invent the wheel, because I'm a strong believer that we should, as Pablo Picasso is quoted saying, good artists copy, great artists steal. So we borrowed lots of things which are out there, which have proven them being kind of working. So it's largely based on this Stanford Lean Launchpad methodology of developing business ideas very early on, and some borrowings also from MIT. So we crafted a program, but the most important thing and the most differentiating factor, if you ask me, what's the difference, right? Because there are plenty of digital early stage support and content programs out there. You just Google, you just look on a YouTube, and you're done. The biggest differentiator, and this is, we made the bet and it looks like working. The biggest differentiator is a very heavy mentorship-based approach. So all the teams are working not just with someone like a typical accelerator type of mentor, seeing them once during the program, but together with two so-called permanent or lead mentors throughout the program, one being more like a biz dev person, one being more tech person, right? And that yields the result. So just at a glance, let's look at the first cohort. We haven't gathered information about the second yet. So out of those 158 participants altogether, both for the first half and the second half of the program, this is their demographic profile. So most, and what I'm especially proud is this third pie, because we typically tend to think that only biz devs attend those programs, and there's lack of techies and scientists and whatnot. We achieved, for maybe by accident and maybe by a good marketing and outreach, we achieved quite a balanced, distribution of those competences, which actually is the thing which contributes to development of the product or service. The team that is has complementary competences. Right, a little bit, we did some surveys, like we want that feed us back what we were doing. Again, they are representing lots of students and young professionals, not that young professionals, which is a super cool thing. Probably you've heard of silver, economics and that stuff, lots of people of my age. And we asked about the outcomes. So there was vast majority says it really helped. Surprisingly big number. This is again something I'm quite proud. Again, we can interpret that, but surprisingly many are still working on their solutions. Again, we can leave an interpretation whether working on the solution is not exactly pulling off immediately is stubbornness or perseverance, but let's leave it out for this discussion. So some large part, this is including public funding though, this is grants included. Some already have got some funding to move further. And quite a large part indeed have switched, which is the biggest idea, make a kind of a safe pathway from switching from their careers into the entrepreneurial career. Quite many have done that. Some simple scoring of NPS, Net Promoter Score. So those are surprisingly, again, I don't believe this one, it should be some kind of a mistake. So every single out of those participants will strongly recommend, like 9 or 10, strongly recommend the program to the others. So I guess we're supposed to be proud of that. What they're doing now, I have very little time, and we'll meet after me. We'll meet one of the alumni teams on the stage. But Mylome, this is a innovative material, innovative product of intimate lubricant, which is already on the market in Baltics and beyond, which started like really indeed with just an idea from the scratch, developing all the things, all the differentiation. There's quite a lot of research and tech in there. Brunter, maybe someone have heard it, guys who won the EIT Jumpstarter in the category of hardware last year in Europe. These are our alumni team. Fluffy, Wanda is going to tell about herself in a second. I won't spend your time on that. This is, again, deep tech of extracting keratin. So you see, we're very agnostic on purpose. We work with lots of digital products, materials, and a few others. Juris from Truffalo will also speak in another session later today, or yesterday, sorry, I mixed things up completely. A super cool simulation software for building, for saving huge amounts for the industry of building the transformer product. Seaweed is another material product of a very early stage developing plastic-like film from algae. And Scrino is a digital product, which I'm adoring myself, those very much, that there's a super mundane thing like compliance and C, marking and all those things, and you can automate that and then a split second for small and medium enterprises. So I know I'm slightly out of time, but just to summarize a few things I want to leave with you, and I'll be around, super happy answering questions. So we eat our own dog food, so we iterated the program, like the division between the parts of the program has changed towards a bit more longer learn part and a bit more shorter of this the pre-acceleration itself. Like I mentioned, lead mentor institution is crucial because there's someone who sees them in their progress. Prototyping budget. Well, we're cooperating with TBC and Prototech, but this is a deficiency. That's the other program we should get into for having, because we have only soft help. We don't fund them anyway, in any ways, even not a prototyping way. Right, so the better alignment would be a takeaway. There are plenty of things that could be streamlined and not necessarily, again, should be reinvented. And what we gathered, and this is probably echoes with this program as well, need for a really tailored made program and iteration part of the program specifically for science commercialization and deep tech, because of the longer development cycles, eventually longer sales cycles. And we knew it. That's not one size fits all thing. So thank you so much. Get in touch with me and mark your calendars. Next Wednesday at Tech Chill 0 day. Next week is Tech Chill. I think you know it by heart, right? So next Wednesday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. we have a demo event of all the current teams in the program at Fantodromes. Come and join us. It's for free. Look what we're doing there. You'll be amazed. Thank you.
Thank you very much.